Hello guys and welcome to your 10th Android game development tutorial. In this one, we're going to take a little break from all this graphic stuff we were doing. I know it's fun and all cool stuff, but we're going to actually get into the input, the user input, which is awesome. Like the touch event, where if someone touches the screen, something happens, or key events where if they touch the D-pad or something like that, then their guy moves. All kinds of awesome stuff like that. So first we're going to talk about key events. That's going to be about this tutorial. It might be a more than one tutorial, but try to get in it fast. But how we're going to do this is in the title, we're going to go to Layout, Main, and while in here we're going to make another button to go to our to tests. So we have here, welcome to our Beast game, but we want to make another button. So we can put it right here if we want. And we can go to the main.xml actual code of it. And in this button, we can name it B tests because we're going to test all the input. And as a name, you can put anything, but I'm just going to put input tests. So just really plain, something cool to say that. And yeah, we can probably just add this. If you want, you can put cool graphics on it just to make it cooler, but it really doesn't matter. So now that we have our input tests, we can just edit this title Java kind of text, and it's not going to be much hard. So we can make our button variable and cool stuff like that. So let's just do button input. Just our simple find view by ID. Then sometimes it's going to take some time to load. See how it doesn't have it right now. You're going to need to save it. So the main code is actually assessed. See, now it used to not have B tests, but now that I saved, load everything, and now it has the B tests in ID. So now that we can do that, we can do our just everything we already done before, putting a on-click listener on there. Now, when you're actually making a big, game with a bunch of listeners, you're probably going to want to do the kind where you just put, not like this, making a whole new one. You probably want to make it so that you have an on-click over here and you implement it. That makes it easier, and just use a switch to divide them. And there, now we have our main button. We can save this, and we can make our actual key code. So we can make another actual class, Java class. We can just name this key click. I don't know. So now we have a brand new Java class. So all we want to do is extends activity. You're going to do this with a lot of your normal classes. And we're going to make it implement something. So we want to put implements and import that activity, but implements, and we want to do on key listener. We want to import that too. Now if we click organize imports, Control Shift O, then it's going to give us two choices. We usually want to pick the view.view on key listener. So we're going to just click that in this one. Now it's going to get an error because we haven't added the unimplemented methods. So now that you have this, I hate that it says arg1, 0, arg1, and arg2. So I like to make it v key code and event. This just makes it easier for me. It's what you like. You can do anything if you want. Now we haven't really used these in these tutorials, but I'm going to use something called a string builder. It's just nothing really with the key event, but just something for this little test we're going to do. Key click. So you want to type string builder, wherever you want to name it. So I guess build equals new string builder. It's nothing very hard, but we haven't done it. We haven't done this yet. Now you don't have to import anything or nothing really like that. If you do have error, you might, but it either always auto imports it for me because I never had to. Now we're gonna want to make a text view, and we can just name this text view. Doesn't matter. And we don't have to actually initialize it right now, so just put a semicolon. And we want to click Control-Shift-O just to import that text view. And about the string builder, basically what it does is they can append stuff and put it on the logcat so that it will say stuff here, like we did builder.append hi. It'll say hi down here in a certain time. That's mainly what it is. It can hold strings, kind of. It's kind of weird. You can look it up on the internet and try to find a good explanation, but yeah. And what we want to do is in our, well, not on our on key, we want to make a on create method. And in here, we just want to initialize this text view. We could make it init, but there's nothing much else to do on this on create, so just whatever you really like. You can just make text view. And this is referring to the variable, not the actual text view class, and equal it to a new text view. Now, you're probably wondering why it gets error here, because it usually doesn't when we do it, but we're doing a little different approach, and we need to say this in here. Now this is gonna take away the error, and I'll kind of like, you'll probably figure that out in a second, but we could just say text view dot set on key listener. We want to this again because we implemented it. We did the new key listener. We can do that, but that would just make a on key for every single text view or whatever we have, and it can get annoying, so you usually want to do this way. Accidentally made those, just stop there. Now we want to set the text view text, actually, so text view dot set text, and just say press those keys, just something random, whatever you want. And for on key events, you need total focus on the view for our text view. So we're gonna do a method that makes it so our text view gets the focus no matter what. We can do requests, but we want it no matter what. And that's about it for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we will get on to the requesting focus and probably get on to actually the rest or most of this key event tutorial. So, hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.